All right, thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report. Today is Friday, May the 7th. First of all, I want to welcome all of our new subscribers that we got yesterday. I have a ton of information to go over. A lot of things have come out since yesterday's trading, and for those of you who have been listening to the last two videos I did, Wall Street and the mainstream media has really been on a tear with trying to explain away what happened yesterday. Everything from a fat finger era to program trading era to someone over at Citigroup's trading desk to Procter & Gamble mistake. I don't know how many times I can explain this and go over this, but it looks like I'm going to have to do several videos here to break this down, so that there will be no shadow of a doubt that what you are experiencing right now is the beginning of the crash, the big crash, that the mother of all crashes that we have never seen before. Real quick, right now you're looking at real-time quotes right here of the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ. Real quick, before I move, there's so much I have to get into. I just want to try to just get it all out here. Right now what you're seeing is another sell-off right now. Alright, so just so you know, the bottom line is that all this stuff is real. All this stuff is exactly the way you've been seeing it. The market is still down today, and it's going to be down. One of the rules in trading is this. This here is a support area, which is yesterday's low, which means now the market wants to go and test that to see if it holds. If it doesn't hold, then the market utterly collapses, and they're probably going to close the market. Again, if we get anywhere near yesterday's low today, they're going to shut it down. Because now you can't say fat finger error, king error, algorithm mistake, dark pool, whatever. You can't. What are you going to say? Even now, look at this bar. Is this bar fat finger? Let's look at the range today. We have a range so far today of 10,579, and the low is 10,241. Okay, was that a king error? Is that a fat finger error? Was that a guy over at Goldman Sachs or wherever hitting the wrong number? I mean, please explain this to me. Perhaps I don't know what I'm talking about. Perhaps I'm just whistling in the wind. But we have a 338 point trading range so far today. 338 points. That is not an error. That's people scared and they don't know what to think, and so they're trying to determine what they're going to do. Look at the NASDAQ right now. The NASDAQ's down 40 points, okay? S&P down 18 points. Is that a king error? I don't think so. Let's take a look at some other things. Look at oil. Oil down $3.58. Ticker symbol OIH. There you go. Is that an error? Look at your gold. GLD down $1.28. GDX down $1. Is that a king error? Oh, let's take a look at silver. Down 12 cents. I guess the guy at the trading desk doesn't know what he's doing. He keeps messing up, huh? Let's take a look at some of our commodities. Or at least the meat is up today. Ticker symbol MOO, moo. They look at, they generally trade like the live cattle, feeder cattle. JJG is more so the agricultural futures like soybeans, corn, wheat. Alright, so at least they're doing a little bit better today. Goldman Sachs trying to rebound after selling off. But look at this. Goldman Sachs told you what was going to happen. Alright, let me put it another way. When I made the video about Goldman Sachs, I made the video back on the week of April the 13th. I told you that tremendous, explosive volatility was coming into the market. And I said that the banks, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and Bank of America are leading the Dow. Remember that? Those of you who missed that video, go back and take a look at that video. That Goldman Sachs video that I made, and you'll see what I'm talking about. When you saw this super parabolic bar on Goldman Sachs, how it broke its long-term moving average, that 200-day moving average. That was just showing you what was going to happen in the overall stock market. It sold off and led the way first, okay? Blame it on the criminal probe or whatever you want to call it, but it was telling you where the stock market was going to go. See, they were successful in telling you that, oh, this is a Goldman, this thing is just limited to Goldman Sachs, blah, blah, blah. No, Goldman Sachs led the way. Here's the Goldman Sachs chart, and here is the Dow Diamonds chart. Starting to look a little familiar. Here's the Dow Industrial Average, looking familiar. Look, we got a long way to go to catch up to that that chart of Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs chart equivalent would be down here around 9,200. It's telling you where the market's going, folks. All right. All right. I'm gonna pause for a second. I know I'm gonna have to probably do this in a couple of parts, but that's cool.